What if the heaviest weight you carry isn't grief itself, but the exhausting performance of pretending you're not drowning in it? In Lift Me Up, Millie Johnson delivers a contemporary women's fiction masterpiece that transforms the elevator pitch of moving on into a profound meditation on staying present with pain, proving that healing isn't about ascending above loss, but learning to breathe within it. This isn't just another tearjerker or uplifting redemption tale. It's a tender, unflinching exploration of female friendship, midlife reinvention, and the radical act of allowing yourself to be held when independence has been your only armor. From the first warm, wry narration, listeners are welcomed into a Yorkshire community where tea steeps alongside trauma and every shared silence feels like sanctuary. Perfect for fans of emotionally intelligent fiction and stories where joy is earned through honesty, this audiobook serves up laughter that lands softly, tears that cleanse rather than consume, and a reminder that sometimes being lifted means finally letting go of the need to stand alone. When recently widowed Grace returns to her hometown after decades of curated distance, she expects polite condolences and swift retreat, not an unexpected entanglement with three women whose own fractures mirror hers in ways she never anticipated. There's Bev, whose cheerful facade masks caregiver burnout, Priya, navigating divorce while parenting teens who've outgrown her guidance, and Elsie, an elderly neighbor whose sharp tongue hides loneliness sharper than any blade. As their lives intersect through chance encounters and deliberate choices, they form an unlikely lifeline that challenges Grace's belief that strength equals solitude. Johnson masterfully avoids saccharine resolutions. Instead, she crafts relationships where support is messy, boundaries are negotiated in real time, and healing happens not in grand epiphanies, but in the quiet accumulation of witnessed moments. The audiobook narration amplifies this emotional texture, capturing Grace's guarded vulnerability and the ensemble's distinct voices with such authenticity that you'll swear you're sitting at their kitchen table, mug warming your hands as truths spill between sips. You don't just hear their journey, you feel the collective exhale of four souls learning to lean without collapsing. What elevates Lift Me Up beyond typical women's fiction is its refusal to treat grief as a problem to be solved or friendship as a cure. Grace doesn't get over her loss, she integrates it, discovering that mourning and living aren't mutually exclusive, but intertwined in rhythms. Her bonds with Bev, Priya, and Elsie evolve not through perfect harmony, but through friction and forgiveness, awkward silences that deepen into trust, disagreements that clarify needs, and moments where showing up imperfectly matters more than getting it right. Supporting characters add vital dimension: adult children grappling with their mother's evolving identity, ex-partners whose presence complicates healing, even the Yorkshire landscape itself, rendered as both refuge and mirror, reflecting internal seasons. Every interaction reinforces the novel's core truth. Connection thrives not in fixing each other, but in refusing to look away from what hurts. Even mundane rituals, shared meals, garden tending, bus rides to town, become sacred acts of mutual recognition, grounding lofty themes in tangible daily grace. For audiobook listeners, this production is pure auditory comfort with substance. The narrator embodies the ensemble cast with remarkable distinction, shifting seamlessly between Grace's reflective cadence, Bev's brittle cheerfulness, Priya's weary resilience, and Elsie's tart wisdom, making each voice instantly recognizable and deeply human. Sound design enhances immersion without distraction, rain pattering against window panes during vulnerable confessions, distant market bustle marking communal rhythms, the comforting clink of china during shared meals, all anchor emotional beats in sensory reality. Pacing mirrors the natural ebb and flow of healing, unhurried during moments of reflection and connection, then gently accelerating as breakthroughs align with external events. Whether you're commuting through gray skies or curled up on a rainy afternoon, the audiobook creates a portable haven where escapism and introspection coexist beautifully. It's storytelling as embodied invitation, transforming passive listening into active participation in a community built on presence. Ultimately, Lift Me Up redefines uplifting fiction by centering collective healing over individual triumph. It satisfies cravings for heartfelt connection while delivering substantive commentary on aging, femininity, and the radical act of choosing interdependence in a world that glorifies self-sufficiency. No prior series knowledge is needed. It stands confidently as a complete emotional experience. If you've ever believed asking for help is weakness, or wondered whether joy can coexist with unresolved sorrow, this audiobook will affirm that true strength lies not in carrying everything alone, but in trusting others to share the load. Press play, settle into your seat, and prepare to remember that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is let yourself be lifted. Your next favorite read isn't waiting in grand gestures. It's waiting in the quiet courage of saying, "I'm not okay," and hearing, "Neither am I. Let's sit together."